All right, everybody, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. For anybody new here, hi, I am Maggie, your substitute teacher. I'd like to welcome you to another struggle class. We're always struggling here. You all may know me for my cooking channel, but I'm also a relatively new content creator. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And speaking of TikTok, I got an email from TikTok last week asking me if I wanted to set up a meeting with an agency that partners with TikTok on how to make the most out of my TikTok shop. And if I'm being really honest with you all, I get really overwhelmed. And there's just so much going on in the TikTok space. I'm new to it. But I had a meeting with Angel. She is the CEO of a company called Efluencer, and she works with vendors as well as influencers. And I learned so much in that meeting. I wanted to share her with you all, and she agreed to come on and chat for about an hour. After our time together, there's actually a Q&A that her company is having. If anybody's interested in the content creation space, I'll be hopping off to go over there as well. But I'm going to go ahead and bring her on up. Hello, Angel. How are you?
Hi, Maggie.
So good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. So if you all have questions in the chat, feel free to ask any questions you have about TikTok. But I'm just going to do this kind of interview style. And I'm going to ask the questions that I had that you helped me with. So first of all, Angel, please introduce yourself and tell us about Efluencer.
Okay, all right. So my name is Angel, and I'm the founder and CEO of Efluencer Agency. So we are a official TikTok official authorized agency. So the difference between our agency and other agencies are third party, and our agencies are officially authorized by TikTok, which we work with TikTok internal management team. And we get the firsthand information from them. We get the newest policy from them. We can communicate with them and feedback to them regarding the problems that our vendors or creators are having right now. So we have a very close connection with them. And we actually have two different authorizations with TikTok. One is we work with vendors. So we help vendors the vendors means whoever have a TikTok shop on TikTok. You are selling stuff on TikTok. So what we help vendors is, we help you to, sometimes create videos, help you to, basically our KPI is to help you to earn as much as possible on TikTok. So that's for the vendor side. And we are also a CAP, which is Creator Agency Partner with TikTok, which means we manage creators to help the vendors to grow on TikTok too, and also help creators to earn more commission on TikTok. We educate influencers, we manage influencers, we provide samples to influencers with our capability, so that like most other influencers, for example, if you have like less than 20,000 followers on TikTok, sometimes you are not able to get like high price products from vendors, but we can kind of like get the deal with the vendors together and then give you the samples. So it's kind of like we get everybody's power together to get you better deals with well-known vendors out there. So we manage vendors and influencers.
Okay, so that was a lot. And I know several of us are on different places on the influencer or content creator journey. So I'm going to start really basic, if that's okay, Angel. So I'm a live streamer. I have a cooking channel, but I do food and femininity. I know a lot of other people in this space either have their own channels or are thinking about starting their own channels. And I guess the first thing I want to make the distinction between is the influencer and the vendor, because I know I had those two mixed up. If you could help us define an influencer and a vendor, because they can be the same, but they can also be very different, and how the different types make money on TikTok.
Okay, so on TikTok, when you have a TikTok account, that's a creator account, that's an influencer account. But when you want to start a shop on TikTok, you can apply for a TikTok shop. Having a TikTok shop means you are selling on TikTok. You basically have, like, I'm not sure if everybody have Amazon Seller Center, something like an Amazon Seller Center. You are able to upload your own products. You are able to manage your orders. You are able to ship your orders on TikTok. So the entire e-commerce space on TikTok is focused on that yellow card, the small little yellow card. I'm not sure everybody have seen that before. If you are a vendor, Maggie, maybe you can show like your phone as well, and I can show my phone as well. So the creator side, if you don't have a shop or yellow card, you are the creator side. You are basically entertainment, you know. But when you have the yellow card, you are already belong to the e-commerce side.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I open up TikTok on my computer to share my screen, would we be able to follow along with what you're saying? Oh, let me turn down the sound. Y'all already see how it goes. Oh, I'm going to tell y'all something. Did you know? Okay, I'm just going to close it. I learned that there's a way to mute the sound on TikTok when it first opens because some of y'all don't want the music jumping out at you. But what I was asking is if I share my screen on the TikTok desktop, what you're talking about, the yellow card, is that something that I can share that everybody can see, or is it only on mobile?
Yes, the yellow card icon is only on mobile.
Only on mobile. Okay. So I used to have a TikTok shop. But what you explained to me, and I'd love for you to tell my class, the TikTok shop is for vendors who have their own products, who either make their own products, like we talked about my cookbook, not for vendors who have like a third party, like t-shirts with Shopify or anything like that. Can you talk a little bit about that? And then we'll show them what you mean with the yellow card.
Okay. So for TikTok, it is actually meant for everybody, but it's kind of hard for you to operationally on TikTok. If you are selling other people's brand, you will need to have brand authorization to make sure you are officially authorized by the brand to sell. Otherwise, you might be able to get a violation for selling, like, like infringement and stuff like that. You can put products onto your shop, and you can. So when you have a shop, I'm going to show my phone, and that might help people to see how that looks like. So
yes.
This is my, are you able to see? So
yes.
Is my account.
I have mine.
And when you have a shop open, you have like a basket here.
Yes.
So if you click on the basket, you are able to put all your products under your TikTok account.
Okay, so you have, and what you explained to me, Angel, is you actually have 2 TikTok accounts, and this is the mistake I made. So I have Maggie the Substitute Teacher, which is my influencer account. That's the entertainment account. That's the account where brands will come to me and either offer product or offer payment for me or commissions or whatnot if I promote or review their brands. That's one of the things that Efluencer has helped me with. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's the influencer account, which is different from having a TikTok shop, which is a vendor account, means you have your own products that you want to sell on TikTok. So you have like a little store, like a little Amazon type store. Yeah. If you're selling someone else's products, like a t-shirt or whatnot, that's where you're saying people would need to have the authorization to sell that. Okay, so if everybody opens up their phone and you just open up your TikTok and it doesn't have that basket, where is the yellow card that you were talking about? Where would that be?
So the yellow card will show up in 2 forms.
Okay.
One is in the video, and the other one is in live. So I don't have somebody to show you during live, but it will be the same thing. And I can browse through some lives and pick up one for you. So for the video, this is the video I have, and this is the yellow card on the bottom left.
Okay, so like you can actually shop from the video.
So for example, if your video got blow up, and people, like there's a million people see the video, your link will be clicked by people right away, and the product will jump up, and then people can just purchase from here right away.
Okay, so let me just repeat what I believe you said. So for anyone who has products that they actually want to sell on TikTok, on their own TikTok page, or if they want to reach out to influencers like me, either directly or through a company like yours, they can have influencers do videos with their product. Then there's that yellow cart that people can actually see the product, shop on. That's how the vendor can make money on TikTok. The influencer can make money by either getting the product free or getting commission from the sales. Am I getting it
Yeah.
right so
Yep.
far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's a lot. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful. If you guys have questions, Angel is here. She is the CEO of Efluencer. So you've talked a little bit about what you do for the vendors. I know, I think most of my audience are probably influencers or thinking about being influencers. So let's wrap up the vendor piece. If anybody has products that they want to sell on TikTok, it sounds like they don't have to have their own TikTok page. They can just have a shop. What do vendors need to do if they want to sell their own products?
So basically, there's multiple steps. Number one, you just need to go to TikTok to register a TikTok shop. And the minimum requirement is you have to be a US citizen, which they have very strict rules, but I think everybody here should, have that qualification. And once you set up the shop, you just need to start putting up products and set your warehouse, which you can set to your home garage. There is like a TikTok shop academy which you can read through to understand all the little different small little steps that you need to set up your shop. Once you have the shop set up, I will recommend to link that to one of your TikTok account and make that account your official account. In that account, you don't need to have any follower, because if you link as your official account, you can bypass that 5,000 follower, to have the yellow card. So you can link any account with any followers to have that yellow card on your account.
Okay, so that's really helpful. Hopefully you all got that, and hopefully this is helpful. So this is the mistake that I made. I have one TikTok account, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I think I have about 3,500 followers on TikTok. About 40,000 on YouTube, about 15,000 on Instagram, and about 8,000 on Facebook. So total about 65,000. But I'm very green when it comes to TikTok. I'm honestly a little overwhelmed when I open it because there's a lot going on. And just so you all know, Angel and her company, they're out of LA, California. So she's available. And again, for those of y'all that are just hopping on, her team has a weekly Q&A that's right after this at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I'll drop the link for that. You all can continue to learn if this is helpful. So I got an email from TikTok saying, hey, we have this new thing called TikTok Shop, but I didn't understand that was for me to sell my own products, which I don't really have. But if you all have products, you can you can create an account and you can link it to your account, or it can be two separate accounts. So you could have the influencer side where you do all your entertainment stuff, and then you have your, vendor side. And I love what you said about if you do just the TikTok shop, you don't have to have the 5,000 follower requirement in order to sell. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes. So once you have the shop ready and linked to your official account, you can start selling. So by setting up the shop, which means if you reach out to influencers to make videos to help promote your products, the link is there. So they are linking to your product at your shop. So whenever there's orders, you are able to receive that order directly instead of going through the influencers. They are just keeping their commissions only. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So having that shop, whoever you use to help promote your products, when anybody sees that influencer video and clicks on that shopping cart, it comes to your shop, they can purchase it, and it's basically you're able to ship it out. And that's one of the things that Efluencer, your company, does to help vendors. So I guess you can speak a little bit about if someone does have a business with products that they want to sell, are there any other limitations, any type of products that do well, any type of products that are banned? Who is, usually having success, maybe what's trending, anything that you can share for people who have TikTok or want to have TikTok shops.
Yeah. Okay, so for TikTok shop, there is some restrictions right now regarding the type of product you can sell on the shop. There are two different groups. There's invite only and there is prohibited products. From what I understand from the recent update, you need to get invite only for food and beverage. You need to get invite only for supplements because all those have more restricted requirements from FDA. Frozen products are prohibited right now. Service products are prohibited right now. It's not because they are illegal or something like that. It's just that the platform system is not ready to take those products on board. You have to ship out like all the products out with a valid tracking number within 3 days. So if you do a service, there's no system for you to sell your service and fulfill out there. So there is a lot of like useful information on TikTok University Academy as well, which lists you all the different prohibited products and invite only products. If you want invite only products to put on TikTok, you need to reach out to us in order to provide some documentations to prove your product is like legit, and then we can get the invitation out for you.
I love that. And I put Efluencer's link in the description so you all can take a look at the website and what Angel said about TikTok having TikTok University. They have so many resources, you all. I get emails all the time. Attend this webinar. Here's a challenge. There's so much going on, but I know I need baby steps. And so what I realize is that I do not need a TikTok shop because I don't have products that I'm trying to sell. And even the other stuff that I do, some of you all know I do courses and kind of coaching, but you heard Angel say the service products are not available, are not allowed right now on TikTok shop, because if you're going to sell in the TikTok framework, which they have, I don't know, millions or billions of followers, there are rules. So like she said, you have to be able to ship it out within 3 days. You have to be able to provide a tracking number. If there's anybody that's interested in that, I wanted to make sure I made the distinction between TikTok shop. Now, I would like to pivot. You guys think this is helpful? Thank you. Are there any questions on the vendor side? Because I want to move over to the influencer side, which is me, and I think most of you all. Anything else that vendors need to know, or anything else before we transition to influencer? Okay. All right. If you all have questions, you can put them in the chat. And I think I pinned the link to the top, but I'm also going to drop it in the chat in case anybody has TikTok questions for Angel. Okay. So now, selfish moment. So when I met with Angel privately and she explained what she explained to you all, I then removed the TikTok shop from my account. So I no longer have a TikTok shop connected to my account. If later I want to make some knickknacks and whatever and sell them, I can, but y'all know that's not what I do. So I have an influencer account, which means I'm building an audience and brands will reach out to me and offer me products to either promote or sell. So can you talk a little bit about, on the influencer side, how maybe monetization could work on TikTok with the brands?
Got it. So for TikTok, influencer marketing monetization is a very different game rule as how we experienced with Instagram or YouTube before. So for Instagram, people are used to pay influencers upfront with certain lump sum, and that will based on the followers that we have on Instagram account. For YouTube, I'm not that too familiar, but I think YouTube people earn off views and also some like monetary, like, sponsorship payment and stuff like that as well. But for TikTok, most of the influencers are earning off TikTok through commission by selling their products. There are different entertainment influencers. So for influencer side, there's two types of influencers too. One is the e-commerce influencer, and the other one is entertainment influencer. E-commerce influencer means those people who sell products and make commission off it. And normally their video will have the yellow card, or they have lives with yellow card. So they have a lot of products in their showcase from the brand, linking to the brand, and they constantly promoting brands products as reviewers, or product testers and things like that. Another type of influencer are entertainment influencer, which you might be realizing on TikTok. They are doing battles, they are doing gamings, they are doing the AI kind of like robot stuff, like performing, and they are earning off the diamonds that they got from the audiences. So there's two types of influencers. So the one we are focusing today is the e-commerce influencer, because we already talked about the vendor side. So the e-commerce influencer is connect with the vendor side. So how e-commerce side influencer earn off TikTok is commission. So whenever a brand reach out to you and like, hey, I can send you a sample, would you like to make a video for me? And you say yes, and the brand is able to give you a link to attach their product to your showcase, which you have your small little shop, but it's not your products, it's other people's products. You put the link in your shop, and then when you make video, you tag that link in your video. And then whenever people buy the products through your video, you are going to earn a commission. That commission can vary between 5 to 20% from different brands and products. So that's the way you earn it. And the difference between the game rule is on TikTok, basically you need to have 5,000 followers in order to get into the affiliate and have the yellow card ready to promote. However, we can help you because we are official agency. We have the privilege to help you to get that yellow card without having 5,000 followers. That's what we can do.
Okay, so that was really good. So let's unpack this, because this is where my ears perked up. So just a little bit of story time for you all. For anyone who's interested in content creation, each platform has their own rules on how and when you can monetize and what the requirements are. So since we're speaking of TikTok, just so you all know, you have to have at least 1,000 followers on TikTok to even be able to go live like we are right now. Hi, TikTok. So if you all have been with me for a while, if you all remember, there was a time when I was like, please follow me on TikTok. Please follow me on TikTok. I don't say that anymore because I was trying to get that live button enabled. Unlike YouTube or Instagram, as soon as you have an account, I think within 24 hours, you can go live. So I just want to make sure I educate everyone on what I'm having to learn. So I love what Angel said about the e-commerce influencer and the entertainment influencer. So I'm probably an entertainment influencer trying to move into the e-commerce influencer. So I'll explain. You all know I live stream. It's usually some type of food or femininity content. And what she was talking about on the entertainment side, if you all have ever seen on TikTok, sometimes people will give little gifts, little diamonds, little roses, little stars. It's basically like a badge on Instagram or a super chat on on YouTube. So if you're doing something that people like, they can give you little gifts. That's on the entertainment side. But what has started to happen, and you all have seen me do some products, I actually have some more on the counter now. Companies have started to email me and say, hey, Maggie, the substitute teacher, we like your channel. We have some hot sauce. We have some, paper towel holders. We have some, refrigerator items, whatever. And they'll email me and say, would you be open to us sending you the products for free in exchange for a video? And so you all have probably seen me do a little bit of that here and there. Well, this is where Angel's agency comes in. She's basically in the middle between the influencers, because I can't field everything, and they want this, and what's your address, and blah, blah, blah. And then also you want to make sure on the vendor side that the influencer who says they're going to make the video actually delivers. So this is what her company does at no charge. So I'm going to be working with Angel. That way I'll be able to have access to more businesses who have brands that align with my brand, like home and living kind of things. And she's got a whole process, but I just wanted to make sure I explain that. And then the other thing is, usually if you're doing it on your own, you have to have 5,000 followers on TikTok to be part of this like affiliate program. But working with an agency like Angels, they can bypass that. So even me at only 3,500 followers, she sent me the website and they have hundreds of products that you can select from and they'll ship to you. And then I'll be able to start having my TikTok videos shoppable. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. So what else does working with, what are else some of the benefits of working with an agency like yours? And y'all, none of this is sponsored. They reached out to me and I'm learning a lot. So I wanted to share with you. But what do people need to look for when working with an agency or being an influencer on their own?
Yeah. So, number one, we don't charge anything to influencers right now because we are helping TikTok to grow the influencers. Honestly, TikTok managers and employees, they don't really understand the experience of influencers, but we do because we are influencers myself. So we kind of speak more of the same language as the influencers out there. So we have a better communication. Secondly, by working with agency doesn't mean you are bound with any contract. Like our contract is like super open. We just want people to give us a little bit more commitment by prioritizing the videos that we send out the sample for. Reason being is because if you work as an individual influencer, you might have a lot of like trust issue with the vendors, and it might be too chaotic for you to manage. Number one, I think Maggie, you also mentioned your experience with different vendors. There are cases where a vendor reach out to you and want you to do a video and they never send you the sample. There are cases where vendors send out a sample to you and they never contact you. So I do have influencers seeing different samples reaching at their doorstep and they don't even know who sent them that. So it's like mystery packages. So the communication is there's no communication between vendors and influencers, no proper ones. Thirdly, we do have influencers where they sold like 18 to 20 products from the vendor and the vendor never ship it out, which hurts their followers a lot. And there are occasions where the vendor promised to send out good products, and when the influencer receive it, it's bad quality, and the influencer do not want to promote it. So there's a lot of issues and communication back and forth with the vendors. And there are also cases where the influencer, for example, they want something that's really expensive, like $200 quality, $200 worth of sample, because they don't have enough followers. And there's no bonding and trust between the influencer and vendor, the vendor will not give them the sample.
Okay, you said so much there. That's good. And we have a question from Jane Doe I'm going to get to in just a second, but I love that. That has happened to me. And you all, those of you all that are thinking of being content creators, a lot of these companies will outsource this whole like product samples and whatnot to like third parties. I have come home and there have been boxes of like beverages and different things like at my doorstep. I don't know where they came from. I'm calling around. Was it shipped to the wrong? Finally get someone, oh yeah, we just sent those to you. What am I supposed to do with them? Okay, I'll give them away. But I love having a company that actually vets the influencers to make sure we do what we say we're going to do, which is, I believe on the contract, it's I need to make a video. When I get a sample, I need to make a video and then make sure that the company's actually shipping. Jane Doe had a question asking, does Efluencer work with influencers and business influencers in Canada?
We don't work with Canada yet because for the yellow card function is not available to Canada yet. It's actually only available to US local. So if you are interested, just stay tuned with TikTok's progress because right now for the e-commerce side, they are only available to US. That's the reason why a lot of people from Canada actually seeing all kind of lives that people do, but they don't see the yellow card.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. So y'all know I'm in Atlanta. So the TikTok shop and the shoppable videos is only available in US right now. So
Mhm.
those of you all that are international, if you look at a TikTok video and you have no idea what we're talking about, that could be why. Nakota has a question. Nakota says, does TikTok take a percentage of each sale?
TikTok take a percentage of each sale from the vendors, not the influencers. So when vendors send you either there's different ways that you connect with vendors' product because of different programs, which there's a lot of things we can share later from our group chat. We do have instructions on how to tag the product to your showcase and stuff like that. But they don't take a percentage of you; they take a percentage of the vendors.
Okay, that's really good to know. And I wanted to circle back to something that you said in the beginning, because I know a lot of bigger influencers have brand sponsorships where they'll get, thousands of dollars, kind of a flat fee. They'll actually get paid. But at least on the maybe that's on YouTube or Instagram. But what you're saying on the TikTok side, most of the brand partnerships and brand deals are commission. So they send you the product for free. You make a little video using it, giving a review. They will give you a link. So this is what happens to me, y'all. When they send me the product, they actually give me a link and ask me to add this link or whatever hashtags in the video, in the bio or whatnot. So when people see it, they can click on it or not. And y'all see, I do product reviews and I'm going to be doing more, but I just kind of put it up there to fulfill my obligation. And if people like it, they can get it. If not, it was, it's fine. Um, let's see, what other questions do you all have for Angel? I do want to talk a little bit more about, so as an influencer, you've talked about some of the vetting you do, but also you're able to get a lot of products for us to sample. You sent me your website. I'll pull it up here in just a second, but you all have hundreds of products. I think this would be good for newer influencers to try, kind of a safe space. But I know your channel is a pet channel. In case y'all don't know, Angel is a content creator herself with over 600,000 followers on TikTok. So I'm going to pull up your TikTok and I'm going to pull up the Efluencer page just so people can kind of get a look at it. But what else would you like to share?
Yeah, so talking about like working with us instead of working individually. So the benefits of working with the agency is not no charge right now. That's definitely like a lot of people feel is kind of like too good to be true. But right now, TikTok and vendors do want a lot of influencers. So we are just helping everybody to manage influencers and educate influencers because the information is everywhere. So we want to consolidate all the useful information to the influencers who work with us so that we can get better deals in the long term for different brands. Okay, so that's something we are trying to do. And for the site we have here that Maggie is showing, it's actually a new flow we normally do. We need to update our website for sure because right now we are not only focusing on pet, we have all different categories available, even food and beverage. So regardless of like which industry, which category you are interested, you should be able to find a sample from our sample pool that you need. And the purpose of providing the sample is for you to utilize and produce good content that converts in the long term so that in the next 6 months right now brands are just looking for influencers by numbers so that whether this video can go viral there is not a certainty on that. So people just want to go like, I want 100 influencers, I want 200 influencers in order to see which, I might have like a few videos that blows up and that can drive you like hundreds and 200 and 300 different orders per day. But in the 6 months time, the brands are going to be picky. So they are going to pick influencers who can convert the most. So we are literally giving out samples to everybody to fine tune your video skills or utilize these samples to practice how to make better converting videos on TikTok.
I love that. And you just said a lot here. So, and I see your question, Dakota. I'm going to pull that up in just a second. So hopefully you all heard, and maybe you can tell us a little bit why, but it sounds like vendors are looking for influencers like desperately to showcase their products.
Mm.
We build an audience, people feel, a connection to us. And so if we say, hey, I use this makeup, you all are at least going to check it out. So right now there's a demand for influencers. And I don't know if you have requirements you can talk about. Do you require people to have any type of number of followers or any type of niche? I was pulling up the site. I dropped the link. I'm going to go over to the products page and do a slow scroll so you all can see some of the products that the vendors are like, hey, take this. So my experience so far, once I got set up with Angel, this is the link, and then they give you a special code to basically clear out the price so that it's shipped to you for free. And I believe you can get 5 products per week. So as I scroll through these and you all see some of the products, I love what she said. This is a great way for you all to start practicing, especially those of you all who maybe struggle making videos. This is a great way for you to start practicing some of that camera presence and get some free product. But let's see. Nakota has another question. Do you get products from Amazon and then sell them from TikTok? I already know the answer is no. I'm going to pull up the shop, but you can speak to that, Angel.
I'm trying to understand this question. So that means you buy from Amazon and sell on TikTok.
Yeah, I think Nakota, if you want to clarify, or you can click the link. I think what she's asking, do you buy products on Amazon and then sell them on TikTok? So I'll tell you all my experience. So I've had some companies email me directly and say, we have this product. It fits with your channel. Would you be open to doing a video on it? They send it to me directly. I've had some companies say, we have this product. We want you to buy it on Amazon and leave us an Amazon review. So they will PayPal me the money in advance for exactly what it is. It could be a microphone, it could be hot sauce, it could be whatever. They'll front me the money so then I can buy it on Amazon, because I think on Amazon, do you actually have to have bought it to leave a legitimate review? Or I've had some that will send me the product and then say, this is our Amazon link. Would you make sure this is in the video? So it works a variety of ways. But for this, Angel has her own shop that I'm going to pull up and let you all see. If you want to add anything to that, Angel.
Yeah, so for this one, just to add on a little bit more information. So if you are meaning you want to buy from Amazon and sell on TikTok on your own shop, you can, but there are limitations. Number one, you need to make sure you have enough profit to do that. And number two is there are people who are on Amazon saying like, hey, can you promote our Amazon link on TikTok? Just be careful with that, because when you mention anything about Amazon, Etsy, Shopify.com website on either of your video or live, your account might be banned for redirecting traffic, which is a very serious violation. So that's the reason why when people say like, hey, can I promote stuff and get traffic to my Shopify or to my Amazon store, you can, but you're not supposed to say that very specifically. Just be careful with that. Yeah. Okay, wholesale.
Thank you so much for the $4.99 E Capone. Yes, we are booked for the next cruise, y'all. More details are coming. I'm going to keep scrolling on the products so you all can see, but Angel told me this, y'all, and it's really important for those of you all that, if you didn't know, all these social media platforms are competitors. So YouTube is competing with TikTok, is competing with Instagram, is competing with everything. So what she said, be careful, and I have made this mistake, be careful about being on the TikTok platform and redirecting people to your Shopify or your Teespring account, because that's what she said, that redirect can get you banned or can get you in trouble. She gave me some really good advice. If you do want to have your audience on one platform go to another platform, I'm going to let you speak to it, exactly what you told me to do, and any other tips or any other common mistakes that people make. Wait, Nakota says wholesale products from Amazon, and then she sells them on TikTok as a customized product.
Yep,
I guess
that's fine. I think that's workable, as long as you make sufficient modifications on that product, and you are not selling that products from a big brand. If that product is from a big brand, like I said in the first place, you need to do the brand authorization on TikTok. Like there shouldn't be any like obvious brand name. And but customization is a very good category on TikTok right now. So yeah, highly recommend to do customization. You are able to do that, some DIY to improve that product.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know you all were buying. There are businesses that do that. They buy items in bulk and then they sell them. Y'all know that's not me. I only share the stuff if people reach out to me and it makes sense for me. Like for example, I'm looking at Angel's page right here. So you can see there's some cookware set, right? So this right here, it's a $50 cookware set. 5-piece nonstick pans and whatnot. So this would be sold for $47.49. But if you work with an agency like Efluencer, what I do is I add it to my cart and then they give you a code that zeroes out the price. So I get the cookware pans for free or the Moscow mules or whatever it is. And then I make the video and then the link to buy it is on my TikTok page and I get to keep the cookware or gift it or whatnot. And I don't know if you want to share, Angel, how often people can request products or anything about that you all offer.
Yep. So for this sample pool, we only offer to people who work with us. So the process will be like, if you are interested, you can let me know, the information like, name, email, address, and stuff like that. So we can set you up with accounts. So if you just register through here, it might not work. So you have to be officially invited by us. So once we send out the invite, you are feel free to pick some products from the sample pool that's into your category to promote on TikTok. And then what we need is so the rules and regulations is about, like for example, we only allow like 5 items per order per week, and maximum that goes for 20 orders per month. And we need influencers to get back to us with a video once the sample is received within 2 weeks time, because when it's gonna follow up with that, but we don't give you the hard copy of like following us, brand and stuff like that. We'll check on your views, constantly to make sure we can answer the brands. But we do have some like requirements when you post a video. Like for example, we do have WhatsApp groups. If you are interested, WhatsApp group will be a very good place for us to communicate because we have daily updates on WhatsApp group regarding what brands fell out, what new brands we have. If we have really, really good brands coming up, looking for plenty of influencers, we are going to announce that in our group as well, so that you can go up to the sample pool to put in your order. So there's a lot of like good information with our WhatsApp group, and we just need people's minimum cooperation to, number one, make good videos at your best capability, and number two is tag the right link, because there's different ways of tag links to your showcase. And number three is just like, improve yourself, and also let us know whenever you have things you want to learn or things you don't have clear answer about. Like we can do like additional webinars to answer burning questions of our influencers at some time.
Yeah, I really like that. So hopefully you all saw some of the products that I was scrolling through and Angel shared with me. There's new products coming all the time. And I hope you all heard that when working with this agency, you can order up to 5 products per week, up to 20 products per month. That's a lot, y'all. So if you are starting a channel or thinking of starting a channel and you want to get some practice with that, I recommend it. I have been doing this since before Efluencer reached out to me, but just to kind of streamline the process as my channel grows, if I get some practice and other brands see me and they look at the videos that you've done for other companies to see if they want to invest in you. So I think it's a great stepping stone. So hopefully that was helpful for you all. I want to, as we wrap up, because we've got about 10 minutes left, because again, and I will find the link, like Angel said, her team has a WhatsApp group that is very active when they're looking for people, when they have new opportunities. I was brought into the WhatsApp group so that you can get up-to-date information. And every Friday, they have this weekly like Q&A webinar, which is happening at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I'm really grateful that Angel came on to share some things. Okay, so I guess What we'll close out with are just any tips and tricks on using TikTok because, like I said, for me, it's a lot, but you helped me. I now know how to mute the sound when I open the app so it's not blaring with music. I am a live streamer, and I know sometimes people on TikTok would ask me, when are you going live? And I would just tell them. And you actually showed me, y'all, you can schedule live streams on TikTok. I did not know this. Angel showed me how to schedule live streams so it shows up as upcoming and people can actually register. If you want to share anything else about like tips and tricks, the series, the long videos, anything that may be like best kept TikTok secrets.
Okay, maybe let me share about some common mistakes that people make as a creator so that you don't get banned or violated, by TikTok platform. Sometimes, for TikTok platform, they are very strict on the video content right now. So I do have a lot of influencers experiencing this problem where they made a video on TikTok and they don't like it and they delete it and then repost after maybe 2 or 3 days. But there are occasions where other people copy and download your video when you post it, and they post on their account, which is pirated content, and because you delete the video first, and they post it, and then you repost it, and you might be able to get violations because you are doing pirated content because you deleted your first video. So what we recommend is never delete video that you don't like, just hide it to private. That's one thing. And number two, never repost video with watermark on TikTok, even though it's your own video. That will be marked as pirated content as well because of the watermark. And never post a video that looks super similar to the previous video. You need to do sufficient re-editing before you post because they're very strict on pirated content. So, make sure you do good editing before you post like similar videos.
Okay, so I just want to, wow. So you said a lot there. So the pirated content is a big deal. So you said if you ever post something on TikTok that you don't like, just hide it or make it to private. Don't ever delete it because if someone reposts your content and then you repost it back, it looks like you're copying that other person, even though it started with you. So you don't want to get your account banned for that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Then the other thing you said about watermark content. So are you talking about watermarks? Like if you clip a video, like a short or something from another social media platform, or what do you mean by watermarks?
So when you post a video on TikTok, you should have one copy saved to your local phone with a watermark with your account name. So do not upload that video with the watermark, whichever watermark you have, because the system is going to pick it out, and that's the most easiest way to catch pirated content.
Okay. And you said even if it's yours, because I've made that mistake. I've had shorts made on YouTube and then I download them. And you all should know this. Whenever you download a short from Facebook, a short from Instagram, a short from YouTube, a short from TikTok, they put a little stamp on there that says where it came from. And then if you upload it to another platform, we're specifically talking about TikTok, even if it's a video of myself, it's going to still flag as pirated content.
Yep.
That's not good.
Because
Okay.
right now they don't have any kind of extra manpower or specific investigation team to investigate. So right now they are just like go all in with pirated content because there's too many right now. So I mean, sometimes it doesn't really make perfect logic to do that, which we also feedback to the team already. But that's how it is. Like, everybody understand this is not, perfectly reasonable, but I do not want anybody to get violations or your e-commerce permission removed because of this mistake. So we'll just try our best to avoid it for now.
Okay, that's a great tip. I am going to go to the WhatsApp group and find the link for your meeting that's starting, and I'll post it in the chat. I guess to wrap up, I don't know if anybody had any other questions for Angel. I'm just learning. This is brand new to me, so I always like to share with my class. I'm really excited to start getting some of the products. I've already placed my order, y'all, so you will see some videos. But I guess, do you want to close with any tips when people do make videos, promoting content, this phone, my microphone, my kitchen products? Any tips on what vendors like to see to get called back?
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
what's the best way
what's the
to
best way
connect
to
with
connect
vendors?
with
Okay,
vendors?
I will
Okay, I
answer
will
that
answer that
soon.
soon.
So,
So
regarding your question, the tips for
tips for
making
making
highly
highly
converting
converting
videos for
videos for
vendors, we
vendors,
do
we
have
do
four
have four
elements. Number
elements. Number
one,
one,
make good
make
videos
good
with good
videos with good
lighting
lighting
and good
and
like
good like
frame. But I
frame.
believe
But
everybody
I
are from
believe
YouTube here, so I think you should have really good like video taking skills, which I'm not really worried about. Number two is the first 5 seconds of the video are very important. So most of the time, we will recommend you to put some text in the first 5 seconds to kind of summarize what you are going to talk about in the video. And number three is make sure you display and demonstrate the function of the product perfectly with some explanation, whether it's voiceover or whether not. So one of the best tip I can give you all is you can search for similar product viral videos on TikTok and just try to learn from them how they made the video. So that is a very good, kind of learn from the trendy videos and viral videos that will make your video go viral a lot more, likely. And fourth is always do call to action at the end. So a lot of people don't even know the existence of the yellow card. So you need to guide them through to tell them like, hey, at the end of the video, I highly recommend this product. If you want to get yours now, go to the bottom left and click on the yellow card. You can either talk about it as a voiceover, you can put in the comments after you post the video to direct people there, or you just simply put an arrow to point to the yellow card that you can buy it from here. So that's like the simple, kind of like a four elements we are looking for when we make promotional videos for the brand. But it doesn't to be 100% all the time, because all the influencers have your very unique style. So if you can find your most unique style selling products, that will be much better too. Like it's really depends on how you can get your video go viral.
All right, and you all can see that Angel knows what she's talking about here. I pulled up her TikTok. This is her TikTok. I also dropped it in the chat, and you all can see she has over 630,000 followers on TikTok. So not only is she the CEO of this agency, she has done this herself. So she really knows what influencers need. You're welcome. And I also dropped the link in the chat to efluencer.us, so you all can have access to the website. And then lastly, I'm going to drop the link for the Q&A that's coming up right after this. They have it every Friday, and it's like a Google Meet meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in here with Angel's permission, and then we're going to wrap up. I'm going to let you have the final words, Angel. Anything you want to tell the audience, or anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah, just two things. Number one, the best way to contact us is maybe Maggie, you can help us to drop our new influencer WhatsApp group link to everybody, because we actually in the group too. So if you're interested, go into the group and just leave a message to me saying like, hey, I want to join you. Please create an account for me, and we'll be reaching out to you privately to get your personal information to get you started with the sample pool. And we do have like more closer relationship working with creators. If you want to work more closely with us, we do provide a simple contract for you to sign, and then you get a lot more benefits with that. But you can get all the information from that WhatsApp group for sure. And secondly, last word is what I really want to address to all the influencers out there on TikTok is, try to get as many samples as you can to practice your video skills and try to improve your conversion. Do a lot of self-learning, because TikTok will be the most kind of like lubricant platform for you to earn of commission. And in the future, there will be brands willing to pay a big lump sum on TikTok for your videos, but the gauge for that is no longer follower. It will be your conversion rate, like your past 30-day sales for brands. So, really look in the long term. This is really starting very early with TikTok. So you guys are ahead of the time, but you have a better time to prepare to do better than other creators.
All right, so I have dropped the link to the WhatsApp group that Angel is talking about. You all can request to join her WhatsApp group. That's where she gives really updated information. You heard her say, practice now. The floodgates are open. If you want to request your samples and work with this team, I'm doing it. It's not sponsored. I asked Angel if she would come explain this stuff to you all because it's been helpful for me. And we're going to go ahead and dismiss because we are 1 minute overdue. I'm going to be in the meeting to learn as much as I can. And for those of y'all that are my scholars, I'll see you back tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for my birthday stream. All right. Yeah, it's my well, it's a whole long story, but it was last week I was on vacation. So we're going to do a birthday stream later tonight. But I cannot thank you enough. And as you have more information that you think would be helpful for creators or my class, you have an open invitation to come and share. And if you all have questions, you can put them in the comments and I'll make sure that I try and get an answer for you. All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Maggie, for
Oh,
running
thank
this
you.
show.
This has been wonderful. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and dismiss and I will see you all tonight. Thanks, everyone.